need a review for this. I mean, it's Winnie the Pooh. Who doesn't love Winnie the Pooh? If you don't love Winnie the Pooh, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. There's something wrong with you. Alright, so Winnie the Pooh. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. The first movie in the Winnie the Pooh franchise. And yes, there is a Winnie the Pooh franchise. This movie, I mean, it's as close to a perfect movie as you can probably get. At least in a kid's movie perspective. Which is weird because it's an anthology movie. You know, it's like a bunch of shorts just compiled together to make a movie. Normally I don't like that, as you could probably see from the earlier reviews of, like, Saludos Amigos. I hated that movie. Three Colabrados. I didn't like that movie. Make My Music. It's not really that great to me. But Winnie the Pooh is kind of different. I don't know why. I'll try to explain the best I can why, but I like it. I love it, man. It's beautiful. So, this movie is the very, very last movie that Disney had direct involvement in. How could that happen? How could that be? It's because Walt Disney, okay, he acquired the rights of Winnie the Pooh from the author, and he was going to make a couple shorts and then compile them into a movie, I guess. Or maybe Disney was like, you know what, we got these great shorts, why don't we just compile them into a movie since our animation department sucks right now. So, they compiled it into a movie in 1977, and we've got Winnie the Pooh. In the same year as Star Wars. I mean, okay, whatever. So, what's this movie about? It's Winnie the Pooh's misadventures, if you will. You got Winnie the Pooh, you've got rabbits, you know. The first kind of short, I guess, adventure, he's stuck in Rabbit's hole door, I guess. He's trying to find honey. He finds all this honey, he's so fat. Just keeps on eating Rabbit's honey, and then he just can't get out the door. And this is a really classic Winnie the Pooh type situation, and one of the more classic misadventures from the show, or the book, I guess. And, I mean, that's like pure classic Winnie the Pooh right there. And, you know, you get all these different misadventures, okay? You got Winnie the Pooh trying to save his friends from a flood and all that. You've got Winnie the Pooh in the snow, you know? You got Winnie the Pooh talking with Christopher Robin, you know? And that, at the very end, that is some deep, hardcore crap right there, okay? That is specifically for the parents, okay? Because the parents know, when they grow, the parents see this, it's about Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh talking, you know? It's like, Christopher Robin's going to grow up, and he's going to forget Winnie the Pooh. And that strikes a chord with a lot of people, including myself, who've seen this as a kid. Watching it now, it's some hardcore stuff right there. I mean, yeah. I used to have this stuffed animal named... I used to have this little Clifford stuffed animal, and I was always playing with them. But along the way, as I grew up, I stopped playing with them, and I stopped sleeping with him, you know? I used to have him around me all the time. Now I never have him with me, because I grew up. And that's what this type little short in The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, that's what it's entailing, you know? It's entailing what it's going to be like to grow up without him, you know? He's going to forget about him, but deep down, they'll always be friends. That is some hardcore stuff right there. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, man. Honestly, everything in this movie's fantastic. I mean, the music, Sherman Brothers music, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, the animation, okay, it's not that cheap crap animation that we've been seeing all the time now in Schlumpf #1. The animation's beautiful, okay? The characters are classic characters, except for Gopher. Gopher's the one that's kind of weird. He was never really... He's kind of like a clone of the beaver in the Lady and the Tramp movie. He's always whistling every time he says an S. I don't know. He's kind of weird. Why wasn't he entranced with Winnie the Pooh fandom, you know? I can remember one thing that the Gopher was actually in after this movie, and that was A Very Merry Pooh Year, that Christmas movie with Winnie the Pooh. And he's in like that one little cheap knockoff short at the beginning. It's kind of weird, man. I don't know what the deal is with the Gopher. I mean, I like the Gopher. Why wasn't he with all the other characters? I don't get it. But anyway, we've got all the classic characters, okay? Roo, Kanga, Tigger, Rabbits, Owl, Eeyore, you know? All done perfectly well. I mean, everything in this movie is simply fantastic, okay? I'm sorry, I can't pinpoint anything that's really wrong with it, except for Gopher. I mean, Gopher is kind of weird. I will say this other thing, though. I don't like anthology movies, because the transitions are really abrupt. And I will admit, sometimes the transitions between shorts are kind of abrupt. Like, for instance, I have no idea why I have no idea kind of how they were going to connect them all. When they connect them all, it's kind of abrupt. You kind of feel like, yeah, it's kind of weird. However, it's done better in this movie than it has with, like, Make My Music, and, you know, Saludos Amigos, all those other movies. I think they perfected it to the point where it's kind of as good as it's gonna get, okay? And it's done pretty good. It's not done perfectly, but it's done to the best of their ability. Like, every story is a chapter in a book, okay? And the narrator kind of fills in a little bit of the gaps, you know, and all that. And that's what I like about it, you know? There's fourth wall breaking. Before Deadpool, before Ferris Bueller, there was Winnie the Pooh, man. Winnie the Pooh was the first fourth wall breaker that we all watched, okay? Man, I didn't even know that was what they were doing, but apparently that was. I mean, the narrator and Winnie the Pooh are always talking and all that, and they're always interacting with the book, you know, letters are falling all over them, you know. Yeah, it's a childhood movie, man, and it's like Snow White. You don't watch it, people are gonna look at you and say, what's wrong with you, you know? They may not say that, but, you know, they might say that. It's Winnie the Pooh. How could you not love Winnie the Pooh? Winnie the Pooh is awesome. That's why I'm going to give this movie a fantastic, okay? Really, I can't find anything wrong with it. It might be nostalgia, but I don't care, man. This movie's one of my favorites, okay? This movie's fantastic. Across the board. Everything's done perfectly. This is probably like as close to a Citizen Kane for a anthology short compilation movie as you're probably going to get. Okay? So, yeah, there you go. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Alright guys, subscribe to the channel, comment, like, share, do all that other crazy stuff, and hey, here we go. We're keeping on rolling.